and welcome back to Darvanalee Design Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reed and today we are here for a FlossTube update. I know, it's been so long. Yes, I've got some stitching in. So let's get into it. Watching from, thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me. I am back for a FlossTube update and a few other little crafty things that I've been doing as well. Alright, I know I have been MIA in the FlossTube realm, but I think I am back into it. I've managed to set myself up with a new stitching area, which is in my bedroom because it's been bloody freezing here, and even in the lounge room it's been pretty cold. And plus I've also been getting into a few iconic series like Lucifer and Breaking Bad and stuff like that, so that's been taking up a bit of my time. And because I don't like to be cold, it's sort of put a bit of a chink in my stitching time as well. There's been lots of other things going on as well, which have just sort of, you know, as we all do, we sometimes lose our stitching mojo, and I just haven't felt it. But in the last week I have been stitching away. We have a couple of projects. I haven't stitched on too many. I've got a couple of projects to show you that I've worked on, a couple of things that had come back from the model stitch and in the Bisque Smalls issue, and also one, I don't think I've shown you the last one from the winter issue of Down the Rabbit Hole magazine as well. And we also, are you ready for this? I have a finish. Can you believe it? I actually have a finish. All right, so let's just get into it. So for those that haven't been around for a while, I have been doing my Stitch With Me on Mondays, but I haven't really been doing much other than that on this particular project. So I've just got it in the hoop. I'm actually going to, I've just freed up one of my bars to scroll bars, so I should be able to put it onto a scroll now, and I'll be able to just leave it like that and then work away on it. But at the moment it's in a hoop, and that is Snow Village, and this is what I have got done so far, and I'll just insert a picture of what it looks, what the finished product's going to look like. I'm doing it as one piece, and I'm using a 16 count, and it's called Lagoon, and it's dyed by me. But that's pretty much the true to colour. You've got those little ripples through the fabric and all the rest of it, and it's looking wonderful. I've only got the tree left to do on this one, so I'm doing each block, and that's what the little block that I'm working on right now looks like. So I've only got the tree and the snow down the bottom, and I think I've got a couple of things on the door to do as well, just the windows and stuff. So yeah, so it's coming along nicely. Oh, and I've got another row of stitching inside there, so I'll probably get to that on Monday, and the house should be finished up I think on Monday, and then I'll start on the tree and then down to the snow finally, and then I'll move on to the third one. And I believe off the top of my head there is 11 in those, and this was a kit I got from the Fat Quarter shop, so I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but they sent all the floss. They sent some fabric, but I didn't really like the fabric that I chose. I didn't like the blue, so I dyed something up for myself and just started again. And I think I got even weave, or was it? Yeah, I got an even weave, and I decided to go with an 8er instead. All right, the other one that I have worked on, which has been around for a long time, and I just, to be honest, I completely forgot that it was there, and I just haven't been putting any stitches into it whatsoever. But the other night, I sat there and watched a bit of Lucifer, and I also listened to an audiobook, and so the last time you've seen this, I had the stars done and I had that house done, but I got the fence and all the sunflowers in the other day, and some of the stems on this. I think they were in there last time. Yeah, they were, because I didn't stitch any of that on these little, I think they're pumpkins, but and or flowers of some sort, I don't know, but they've got a stem on it, and I've still got some more stems to do, so not too much to go really. I've just got the other half of the house and then a whole heap of sunflowers and stuff down here. This one's called Cinnamon Stars, and it is by, it's been a while since I've done it, so I'm out of, yeah, so it's Cinnamon Stars, and it's by Plum Street Samplers, and anyone that's been around for a while know that I love Plum Street Sampler stuff. And so I've still got the pumpkins to do down here, some more some corn, So I've finished all the sunflowers and I'm moving on. And then I've just got a couple of stars. But the one thing that I did notice, I think I made because I started this back years ago, and I think I made a counting error with this star. I don't care. I'm just going to leave it in. It's not going to affect the design overall or anything like that. So I didn't really worry about it. Just the sunflower's a little bit too close to that star. You can see just here. So this star is more over to this way, so there's too big a gap. But as I said, it's not going to affect it. No one's going to know. Well, you know now because I've told you, but I'm pretty happy with that. I'll probably hopefully get some more stitches into that in the next couple of weeks as well. I'm leaving it out and having it set up in my room. I can just, when I go to bed, I can sit there and stitch for an hour because I've got my stand and everything, and it's there quite nicely. The next one that I worked on, and I worked on this on Thursday, and that is Yupi Bip Bip, and I didn't bring out the thing for it, but I will put a picture in of what it looks like and the designer of it. I got it off Etsy, and I'll just put my hands over that because that is a naughty word, but I got all of that mother Bip Bip in, and I've just got to go back. So I did just the first part of the arm, and now I've just got to go back and fill it in. So that makes it nice and easy. I don't even need to have, that's why the chart's not with it, because I don't need to have the chart with me. But I only spent an hour or so on that. So if I spend a couple more hours on that, that will be almost done, because I've only got the holly and the border down the bottom to do after that, and a couple of little baubles, which are only got like 10 stitches in each of the bauble, and I think there's like 6 of them or something like that. All right, so the next one that I stitched on, I've been trying to get this finished for so long, and that is Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. Blackbird Designs is another one that I like to stitch as well, but I got it finished. It's finally finished, so now all I've got to do is pick a frame, because these ones are just going to get framed. This is on 32 count even weave, and it's called Strawberry Latte, and it's hand dyed by me, and that is what it looks like. How gorgeous is that? Now, I did change a couple of things. I left the leaf the same. I was going to finish that leaf off, but I decided not to. And I don't know whether you can see it or not, but I've put like these, one of these in here, and I can probably put another 1 or 2 in there to fill up the space. And I didn't do, and I took this from Jenny Trask, a friend of mine on Instagram. We both didn't do this. We left this bit out. I didn't really like it. And you can see it's just got a half leaf here. And so I've left that the same, but Jenny actually completed the leaf for hers. And so, yeah, and so we've just put in the fence there and added in another strawberry, and yeah, so it's all done now. And I've changed up some of the colours as well, because I just couldn't get them. They were out of stock and whatnot. So I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I still have to put my initials on that and the date, so I'm still not sure what I'm going to do for that, or whether I will put a little, because it's going to be framed, and I might put a little label just behind the stitching, and yeah, so that way if anybody ever opens up the frame they can see it. Oh, and I ran out of this color here, so I've got 3 stitches to go into that, and that's it. That'll be done, but I'm calling it a finish. So now all I've got to do is get the frame for it and frame it up. So that is all the cross stitching that I have done. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Down the Rabbit Hole magazine. So we have had a winter issue come out, I think, since my last update, and we've also had the Bisque Smalls issue come out. And we're about to go to production and layout on the spring issue. So we've got a lot of things going on with the magazine at the moment. So I'll start off with the winter one that I did, and I haven't fully finished this one yet. I had it on some fabric, and then I thought I had some more thick cardstock here, but I didn't. And so I've just got to get some of that next time I'm downtown. But it's just a little banner. It's not very big, so it's just a little bit bigger than my hand, and it's just got some little snowflakes in it. Very, very cute and easy to do. You can do it in a weekend quite easily. And the other ones that have come back for, so that was in the winter magazine, and you can get that over on our website, which is downtherabbitholemagazine.com.au. Links of and everything to do with cross stitch or the magazine and everything is all down below. And if you come to the homepage on the channel, you will actually see a playlist there for anything that has got a video to it. We've got a couple of things that will be coming up in the very near future that will coincide with that channel, and so there'll be video tutorials and things like that. All right, the next one is our Bisque and Smalls, and I've forgotten one of my pieces, so I'll just grab it. It's just behind me. So and this is why I haven't been doing a lot of stitching either. So we've had a couple, I've had a couple come back from the Model Stitcher, and that is a little, and these were not themed or anything, like not seasonal themed or anything like that. So this one is called Love Is, I think it is, and so it's just little love hearts, and very simple, a very basic one, not too strenuous on the stitching. And this was stitched up by the lovely Jenny Trask. She does some of my smaller pieces and some of my model stitching, so which is a great help to me. It frees up a bit of time for production and layout and stuff like that. And the other one is a Halloween one. This is adorable. I absolutely love this one that I designed. It's got little witches hats, but check out the little kitties on it. Aren't they cute? She's done a fabulous job on finding my mistakes and helping me with the colours and even the stitches and everything. It's got a couple of little fancy stitches in it as well, so you can see there's some Smyrna stars. But for the most part, it's just cross stitch. I do like a Smyrna star, or Smyrna cross, sorry, or star. I just made it black. It's a star in my head because it's got to do with Halloween and stuff, but I love how she's finished it off for me, and the little purple button in the center, very cute. Another one that's a quick one to stitch up for a weekend as well. And then lastly, I also this is also in the Smalls and Bisque one. This is just a little quote that I like, and it's just finished off in the hoop, and it is, "Life is the flower for which love is the honey." And I just, yeah, so I've just finished it off in the hoop with a little bow. And that's all done with just back stitch and a little bit of running stitch and a bit of satin stitch on the bees. So, yeah. And you can find all of those designs in the Bisque and Smalls issue. So, again, you will find that all at downtherabbitholemagazine.com.au. All right, so what else have I been doing crafty-wise? That's pretty much all the things that I've done with FlossTube, but as always, I'm going to show you some of the other stuff that I've been doing in the studio. I have a lot of secret stitching happening at the moment because, as I said, we do have the spring issue coming out, and that comes out on the 15th of August, so that's not too far away. It's only 2 weeks away, and as I said, next week we will be in full swing of layout and production and finalising all the things. But yeah, it's coming along really well. We're growing each month and whatnot, so I do have a lot of stitching that I can't show you at the moment. And a lot of designs in the works that will come out in the magazine, and a couple that will probably just come out as patterns. It's just trying to find all that time. So that's why, another reason why we've not had much cross stitch happening and not a lot of FlossTube, but I'm getting back into the swing of it. The other thing that we've talked about before on the channel is some English paper piecing. So if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did a video with where I was just doing a lot of preparation for a quilt that I'm doing. And the quilt that I'm doing, I'm doing it with the lovely Gail Phillips, Shell from Shell_Trails on Instagram, with Morgana Stitchy Moon 75, and I'm also doing it with Jenny Trask as well. And it's called A Trip to the Stars. And that's what the quilt's going to look like. So this is all English paper piecing. And when I did that video, I was actually prepping all of my hexagons. And I've since sewn a couple of panels together. So I've got that one done, and I'm using Tula Pink, couple of Curiouser and Little Beasts I'll be using in this, because the colours are very similar. So that's the second one. And then I've just started doing the top two. So they were the bottom two, and these are the top two. The next two that I'm working on. Oh, we don't need that. The next two that we're working on are the top corners. So I've got 2 more to put into that one. So I've got those two to put into this one, and then that will be done. And then I will be starting on the little diamonds. So if you go and find the video that I did for that when I was doing the prep, you will see how tiny the little diamonds are that we're going to be using. They're 1 inch. So and there's, I think there's 12 to each one, and they make a hexagon. Once they go together, they make the hexagon in this side, which is a 2-inch hexagon. So that's what I've been working on in the background, just whenever I get a chance, mostly on Friday nights when I sort of meet up with the ladies and whatnot. I've been busy doing quilting and all that sort of hoo-ha as well in the background, like the day-to-day grind of my business. But I have had some haul come in, and it is all English paper piecing. And I've also had the extra fabric that has come in for a couple of these. So just bear with me for a second. I'm going to grab that fabric and then I'll be right back. Okay, so last time I spoke to you and I showed you the Tula Pink dots and everything that came in that I'm going to be using for the star one. And also a couple of quilts that I've got that are English paper piecing. Now these are quite substantial size quilts that I'm going to be doing. And so I went shopping one night and I got all the kits. So these kits, if you're looking for one, I can get these kits in for you. But these are English paper piecing. The full kit includes the 5 templates and all the papers. So the first one, the Little Beasts and the Dots fabric that I got from Tula Pink is the one that that fabric I'm going to use for this one, and this is Galaxy. Michelle and Gail Phillips is doing this as well. So yeah, so I haven't yet started it because I sort of want to get the little star one a little bit further along, and these are all packed up and nice and neat, so I don't have to worry about papers strewn everywhere. But that's the quilt there, and as I said, it's called Galaxy, and I'm going to use those beautiful Tula Pink fabrics that I got, and I showed them in that Crafting with DD's video, episode 1. I showed all of them in there, so you can have a bit of a look at that. And the other one that I got was Dreamcatcher, which is this one here. And again, this is an English paper piecing one. And the fabric that I'm going to use for this particular one is these fabrics here. And I've lost the little card from where they were. So I will put a link down below of the name of the fabrics and where I got them from. But they have a lot of different fabrics, like a lot of different florals in them. And they've got like little animals as well. We've got some gold dots as well. We've got some, you know, just some different fabrics that I can use. They all go together. They look wonderful together. We've got some blues as well. Some of these blues I might hold on to for my Dear Jane quilt, because the Dear Jane quilt that I'm doing is in a is English paper piecing as well, and I'm doing that all in blues. So we've got some darker ones here. We've got some dark green with a bit of gold on that. And then we've got like little roses as well. And then we've got the lighter colorways as well. So you can see there. We've got the cream and gold. And then this one's got a little bit of gold on it as well. We've got some squares and gold. And then we've got our reds. We always need to have some reds. And this has got the little cheetah in it. Don't know if you can see it. Little tiger. And where is he? A little monkey and a little cheetah. So there's little creatures in there. And then we've got some more florals, and we've got some storks. We've got some horses, and these will be good because they're smaller prints, so I'll be able to just cut them, and also probably try my hand at a little bit of fussy cutting. As you know, I have a little bit of an adverse reaction to fussy cutting, but I thought that these are going to be gorgeous for this particular pattern that I chose to do. So as I said, the Galaxy is going to be the one for the Tula Pink, and the Dreamcatcher is going to be for that one. So you can see those colours will work pretty good in there, and I can add other fabrics in there. They're not you know, a definite line of fabric, so I can add a few more in there. And then lastly, I got this one, which I'm actually thinking of doing this in a Tula pink as well. I don't know when I'm going to start this one. This one's a little ways down the track, I think, but it's called Paddle Wheel, and it's very similar to those ones. We're working in a circular, you know, doing the English paper piecing, but I just love how the kits come. They're really like set up really well. You've got all your instructions and everything on the back, and a little bit of a closer look and whatnot. So I'm really happy that they've come in. But that's all the haul that I've got, because I've not really been buying much of craft stuff or anything like that, because I haven't been doing anything, so I've not had to replace anything or anything like that. So I've just been buying a little bit of fabric for the different projects. I've still, as I said, I've still got to find some fabric for that third one, and I've started going through some of the stuff under my long arm machine. And I've gone through some backlogs of my videos and seen things that I've been working on in the past and stuff. And I'm thinking, where the heck is that quilt? Like, so I've got a box underneath there that I need to get some of these quilted because otherwise they're just going to perish under there, and they're not, you know, they're not going to look any good once they're done. So I decided that I'm starting to sort out that box, and I've pulled 2 out to get quilted in the next month or so. So as soon as I've finished them, I will show you what I have done to them. One of them I already have an idea on what I'm going to quilt on it, and the other one, I think it's been years, and that's why it hasn't been quilted, because I wasn't 100% sure. And so once it's done, I'm thinking, I've got my fingers crossed that it's going to look okay, and because it's in red and white, and so I want to make it like a Christmas quilt. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put some sort of like maybe snowflake on it or something along those lines. But then I'm not too sure whether I want to or not, because then that makes it a definite Christmas quilt and not something that I can, well, I can use it all year round. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's the sort of thing that I'm thinking at the moment. So yeah, but that is all that I've been doing, and that's all pretty much been in the last week and a half or so. So yeah, that is it for me today. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with the channel and popping in to see how I'm doing and clicking on this video. If you like this video today, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you've been working on, and if you've made it this far, leave me an emoji with a needle and thread so I know that you've got this far. And if you are new here and you've yet to subscribe, or you're a returning viewer and you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and a little bell icon beside it, and then that way you're not going to miss out on any future posts. But that's it from me today. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you all again next time.